Hi, this is Randy. So I'm finally able to bring you a nice story, a positive story. And I hope I sound cheerful enough for you this evening. So tonight, it's a Monday night, and I went to a meetup group through meetup.com, and it was for a spiritual kind of meetup, right? And it was the first meetup ever that this guy had actually organized. And I was the only one who showed up. So me and this guy, Bill, sat in his hair salon in the lobby in some nice chairs, and we proceeded to discuss all of the spiritual teachers and different experiences that we have had as of late and different kinds of interests. So even though the other 5 people never showed up, it was pretty interesting, and it was actually exhilarating. And finally, it was, I felt optimistic talking to somebody in this redneck area that I live in. Somebody who actually had some interesting and comparative interests as I did. So we talked for an hour and a half. I said our goodbyes, and I will see him back again in January sometime at the next meetup group. And who knows, it may just be him and I again. Then after that, on my way home, I decided I'm hungry and I don't really feel like trying to cook. I didn't take anything out for dinner. So I'm going to stop at this stupid local bar that I do go to once in a while. And I'm going to order one drink, and I'm going to order some food to go. So I go in there, and it's just a Monday night, and I order a drink, and I order my food right away to go, and it comes, and right before it comes, some guy decides that he's going to buy me a drink. And, it's actually very nice that this is kind of an old-time place, old-time bar. Old codgers kind of hang out there early after work type of time. And they still buy women drinks, because I know, that doesn't happen anymore. So, somebody bought me a drink. I was surprised. I ordered, and the Mexican guy that was gray-haired and retired, very short, came over and started talking to me, and he was very entertaining. And he had purchased the drink for me. He said, get whatever you want. So I went for it, got another drink, and I talked to him, started conversation. He was a very interesting guy. And the best part about that whole thing was that after he told me about, basically his life story in a nutshell, divorced after 30 years, 5 kids, his wife just divorced him. He didn't say what the reason was. He gave her everything. And he had worked all his life for Delta Airlines. And she moved, like 30 miles down. And since then, he's traveled back to Texas. He is Mexican, and lived in Las Vegas. He was actually there with his brother-in-law, his ex-wife's brother. He said he's very good friends with his whole entire ex-wife's family still. And then at the end of the conversation, he said he was retired. I'm like, well, what do you do all day? He's like, oh, golf, and I work on people's houses and do some side jobs. So then he says, really, I have to confess something. So I'm like, yeah, go ahead. What is it? And He's like, well, what happened was I lived in Vegas, and my daughter, who's 20, called me up. She says, Dad, I'm pregnant. And she wasn't married or anything. And she was with this guy that she had been with since high school, kind of a pothead. And she didn't feel safe. She didn't feel like, she was going to be able to have this baby and work and take care of it. She couldn't rely on this guy for anything. And she said, will you just come home? Will you come back to Michigan? Because I need someone to take care of my baby. And this guy came back from Las Vegas, retired, and moved in with his daughter, and now watches his 17-month-old granddaughter, who he has been watching for the past year while his daughter goes to work. He watches this little grandbaby for 50 hours a week. And he was so joyous when he was talking about the baby. He was telling me about how she, starting to talk, and she says when she has to go pee, and, she says, I try pee, because he always says, try to go. He's trying to potty train her. And so this is a grandpa who's retired, Mexican guy, non-skilled or skilled labor, and he actually left his, retired, fun, free life to come and help and take care of his daughter and his daughter's baby, and he watches the baby 50 hours a week. So I thought I would share that nice story. I was very impressed. I was happy to hear from him. I was glad that he told me that. It's like he felt embarrassed at first, but there's no reason to be embarrassed for that, because actually this guy's getting a wonderful life experience, and even though he's raised 5 kids already, it's very different. It's a totally different scenario. And he was remarking how tough it is, and he had the night off, so he was going out with his brother-in-law to have a bite to eat and a couple beers, and tomorrow morning he'll be back at watching his 17-month-old. So then another guy bought me a drink, and I just drank that up pretty quickly and said goodbye. So I thought I would share that nice story that, even the low lifes around here, I, was able to make contact with some kind of a decent man that seemed like he was really actually doing the right thing, and he was so proud. He was like beaming and glowing, this guy. It was like somebody who just like felt really good about himself. And he really appreciated being with his brother-in-law, having a great relationship with his ex-wife's family, living with his daughter, raising his granddaughter, being retired, had a good job with the airlines, and said he can fly anywhere he wants. And he was very humble, and it was really nice to see. So I thought I would give you guys a positive story. Every now and then I might have one of those. All right, good night.